Okay, let's prepare. Let's get ready for this. Let's do this. So a few things to start off. I've got a Facebook page that I'd love you to be a part of. It's the Butterfly Plan Group. I'll send you an invite for that. We can share hints and tips here, support each other. Anything that's going on that you want to share. Motivational stuff is always awesome, and recipes are great too. So if you have any of those, that would be fabulous. Make up your morning zinger. Make sure you've got that already made up and ready to go. Set a date to start. Make sure that's the date you will start, and this is about getting yourself ready for that date. So make sure you got the morning zinger. Order or purchase your bovine colostrum. Now, if you're ordering that online, it might take a few days to get here. I've given you a link in the presentation, so you can just click on there and order it. It is available at other places, but that's just where I found it, and it's 100% bovine colostrum. You don't want it mixed with anything else. It is a little bit expensive, but it lasts forever. Like, you really only need a teaspoon, so it really does last for ages. Get your milk kefir, so get that. Or you can have water kefir, but the milk kefir, like if you've got an intolerance, you can get coconut and milk and all of that, but get the kefir, make sure that you've got that. Join a yoga studio or subscribe to a really good YouTube channel. Now, if you want to subscribe, I do have some good links, and I'll share those actually on the Facebook page, so you can have a bit of a look there and check those out. Get your meditation app sorted. I use Calm is quite good, but it's a bit expensive, I found. Like they prompt you to want to buy it, whereas Insight Timer provides a whole stack of free stuff. So Insight Timer is the one that I would recommend. Get all your low-calorie items. So in the hints and tips section, I've put a whole raft of low-calorie items for you. Get a heap of those, and just stock up your cupboards. Get rid of all the biscuits and the stuff that you shouldn't be eating. Get rid of anything that's sweet that might tempt you. Look, I found that once I started eating really well, I was less tempted by that sort of food. I sort of did almost organically detox from sugar, but it can be hard. But it's even harder if you've got the stuff there easy to have. You're better off just getting rid of it. Even put it in a box or put it somewhere else. I know that my partner would have his stuff sort of sitting there, and I just said to him eventually, can you just take this away? Because I can't have it near me. I don't have the resolve. So that's what he did. Speaking of that, talk to the people who are in your life and tell them that you're doing this. Why that's important is so that they can support you. Weirdly enough, some people might actually try and sabotage you. I don't know why this is. I know that my partner, oddly, would always bake a chocolate cake whenever I would go on a diet. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know. People are funny. So let them know that you're doing this, and let them know that you really need their support. Let them know that you won't be having takeaway meals because they're not good for you, and whatever. Let them know not to buy chocolates or bring them to the house. If they want things like that, that's fine, but for them to have that separately, and to, if they can, not eat it in front of you, just to make it easier for you. Be honest with them. And like I said, some people can be really weird when you're on a bit of a health kick. They kind of, I don't know whether they feel bad about it themselves because they're not doing it, or I don't know what's going on in their head. But what I do know is that you need to tell them, and you need to ask them for their support to help you through this process. And you might be surprised at how wonderful they are, and you might be surprised at those ones who say, hey, look, I'll do that with you. So that'd be a good idea. Decide when you're going to start, that's important. And also decide which days. Now, this will change week to week depending on what you've got going on in your life, but get a general idea about which ones are going to be your 2 days, your 4 days, and your 1 day. So I would look at my weekly diary and I'd go see where I had events and whatnot, and I'd say, all right, well, Monday and Wednesday always seem to work really well for me for the fasting days, the 600 calorie days, so I'd put those in. Then 400, the other 4 days where I'd have the 800 to 1,000 calories, I'd look at when I had events and think, right, I'll slot those in there. And then I'd choose the day, which is usually when I had something social on that I would have or I might have a lunch and a dinner on or whatever, that I would slot that in. The other thing too because I go to a lot of events and things, I realised that sparkling water in a wine glass is as enjoyable as one glass of cheap wine at an event. Now, it's different if it's really good wine, and I might feel a little bit more, oh, I love that. But mostly it's just cheap wine. So my advice to you is don't drink cheap wine. Instead, have sparkling water in a wine glass. Or kombucha is a really good thing to have in a wine glass as well. But save it so that when you do have a glass of wine, have a really good one. So maybe buy one really good bottle that you can, get a nice glass of wine out of, and really treat yourself. And you'll find that good wine's so much nicer. So it's just my tip anyway. The last thing, commit to this. See your start date, give yourself 12 weeks, and do this for yourself. Do this for you. Commit to it and say to yourself, I'm doing this for me, for my health, and for my well-being. The feeling you'll get and how good you will feel and look at the end of 12 weeks is beyond description. You will be a new person. It is life-changing. You'll wonder why on earth you hadn't done it before, and then you'll realise it's because I hadn't done this before. But just commit to it and follow it as best that you can, and you will reap the rewards. And I think, hopefully, like me, at the end of 12 weeks, you'll be just so transformed that this will become your new normal. Honestly, I love my life now. I don't know that I didn't love it before, but I didn't love it like I love it now. And I'm so happy and vibrant, full of energy, and I am that butterfly, like I really am, and I continue to be. And honestly, I feel 20 years younger. It's amazing. So this can be you. I am living proof. All right, next we've got the journal. You can have a look through the journal. I've given you an example of what my first week looked like. I've been really honest about my weight loss and how much I weighed. And I've done that because I just want to be authentic about who I am and what I did and how I did it. Bear in mind, obviously, I was incredibly motivated because I was developing this. Well, I was doing it for myself. But that can be you too. If you really want this, it's there for you. So follow the journey and follow your journal. There's 12 weeks there for you. Print it off and then you'll have it so that you can fill it in. That's how I've found the best way to go, is if you handwrite it in and just keep it as a journal. I'll be updating you every week with different information once you get started. I'm always here if you need me. You can always email me or message me or private message me on the Facebook page. It's another good way, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'll make sure that you have all my information, and I'm here to support you in any way that I can. But ultimately, this is your journey, and if you do it for yourself, then you own it and it's yours and you'll have it forever. So thank you very much for trusting me and coming along on this ride of butterflies and being part of my kaleidoscope of butterflies. It's funny because the other collective noun for a group of butterflies is a swarm. So on one hand you're a kaleidoscope and on the other hand you're a swarm, and I kind of like that because I reckon we can swarm together. Get started, get ready. I would like to think that you will start within a week of seeing this video and within a week of receiving your presentation, and then that gives you time to get ready and get your head into gear for it. And I don't even need to say good luck because you're going to be amazing. But I'll be in touch right throughout your journey. So proud that you're doing this, and I really look forward to sharing it with you. Bye-bye.